Tonight on Entertainment News, Hollywood's most celebrated filmmakers are the proud new owners of a historic theater.
Plus our recap of the 30th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Also, Vanessa Williams is set to star in a new adaptation of The Devil Wears Prada.
Entertainment News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Entertainment News. I'm Kanaya Mabry.
And I'm David Rienzo.
Let's get right into it. The 13th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards took place last night. The award show was held at the Shrine Auditorium in Expo Hall in Los Angeles. The show was streamed live globally on Netflix, a first for the show and viewers. Instead of commercial breaks that typically occur during most award shows, we saw winners talking to interviewers between awards. This also
gave attendees the freedom to curse during the broadcast, with stars Pedro Pascal and Idris Elba using it to drop the occasional F-bomb. Some big winners of the night included Oppenheimer winning 3 awards, and The Bear, created by Christopher Storer, won 3 awards, one being for Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Comedy Series.
Comedian Amy Schumer opening up about a current health battle. In an interview, Jessica Yellen Schumer revealed has exogenous Cushing syndrome. The condition occurs when there is too much cortisol in the body. The revelation came after people commented on her puffer face following an appearance earlier this month. Schumer responded on social media saying there were medical and hormonal things that were going on. But in the new interview, Schumer says she feels reborn after learning her new diagnosis.
Steven Spielberg, Bradley Cooper, and dozens of other filmmakers can now add movie theater owner to their resumes. 35 top movie makers joined forces to purchase the historic Village Theater in Hollywood. The landmark theater was built in the 1930s and often hosts red carpet premieres. The new owners say when the theater went on the market, they wanted to preserve its architecture and create a landmark dedicated to moviegoing.
Now, for my favorite part, Vanessa Hudgens is getting ready to channel her inner diva. She is set to star in the London West End adaptation of The Devil Wears Prada. Williams will portray Miranda Presley, the no-nonsense fashion designer editor portrayed by Meryl Streep in the film. Kelvin Malcolm, who produced In the Heights, Rent, Avenue Q, is producing the play. The music will be scored by Elton John. The production is set to debut in October at London's Domino Theatre.
Zendaya holds court. The star of Wednesday dishes on another spooky story, and besieged Bosnians turn to music. David Daniels has more in the Hollywood Minute.
Oswego's very own Waterman Theater, we will be having a high-energy performance by the San Jose Teatro Conservatory, which will show cases of the traditional Japanese drumming. This performance will be presented by SUNY Oswego's Art Swigo program, which aims to present high-quality art programs to enhance the cultural environment for the college. San Jose Teatro is committed to advancing the art of teatro and are a world-class ensemble that performs extensively both nationally and internationally, reaching more than 750,000 audience members each year.
If you missed your chance to see Taylor Swift live during her Eras tour, then you're in luck. The Taylor Swift tribute band Cruel Summer will be coming back to Middle Ages Brewing Company in Syracuse after performing to a sold-out audience on February 2nd. The group, led by frontwoman Alyssa Coco, will be performing their very own version of Taylor Swift's Era Tour on Thursday, April 11th, starting at 8 p.m. Tickets are available on ticketweb.com and in person at Middle Ages Brewing Company.
In other news, the Oswego players are kicking into their 86th anniversary season. What started as a one-evening event in 2022 has now built into a much-anticipated tradition for the Little Theater on the Water. They are presenting The Game of the Week by Aaron Bertrand and Phil Gross. It's a one-act play in which two couples gather for an overdue game night, which sets the stage for an evening that tests the rules of friendship. It is a pay-as-you-wish play, and you can watch it at the Francis Marion Brown Theater this March.
Now, let's take a quick look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brendan Rice. Brendan?
Well, a current look at some of our headlines. We're looking at some of our current conditions in a short bit, plus a quick look with Frosty and some of his snowman friends, and a look at the winter so far. How much snow has happened and what are the temperatures looking around? Plus, is the warm weather going to continue? All of this and more will be right back after the break. Back to the desk.
Coming up later tonight, find out why soccer fans are upset with Cristiano Ronaldo.
And a popular Puerto Rican musician has started their nationwide tour. Find out who it is after the break.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. Did you know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast
Look
news.
at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Storm Team 10 meteorologist Brendan Rice. Currently, conditions are 40 degrees outside, some slight drizzle and a wind coming from the south at about 10 miles per hour. Feels like 34 with that breezier conditions out there, and the dew point remains at around 20 degrees, so it's pretty dry. That air pressure continues to be rising as it will be over the next few days until about the end of this week, where we might see some changing in that. But first is a quick look with our snowman friends on what is in the future. And oh dear Lord, they're melted. That doesn't look good at all. Part of this is because, well, the winter so far has just been unbelievably warm. December saw over 7, almost 8 degrees above average. January was a little bit chillier, still about over a degree over average. And February, right now, at over 8.3 degrees over average is on track to become our new monthly record in terms of high temperatures. This is currently over most of the United States, the second warmest winter in history. Now, looking at the future forecast for about the next 6 to 10 days, you can see that warm weather is not going anywhere, especially here in Oswego. We're right there and about as warm above average as you can get. While most of the west part of the country still is a bit chillier with all that rain happening in California that you've probably been hearing about, causing mudslides and a lot of other issues. Here, however, still going to stay warm. Now, looking at your 7-day forecast, we're starting off the week here in a little chillier in the 40s, still well above average for this time. That bumps up by Tuesday into almost 60 degrees territory. All right, still some of those low temperatures are dropping down. into the 20s by later in the week, but we're starting off, again, it's in the 40s. This is extremely warm for this time of year and extremely unseasonable, to say the least. By this Thursday, we could be dropping back down into about 30 degrees with a chance for snow. Some may or may not accumulate, but it's still something to keep an eye out, especially because it might be happening Thursday night. So look out for that for your Thursday morning commute. Friday, or Wednesday night, I apologize, and Friday and into this weekend, temperatures go back up into the 50s, and look at that, clear skies. Might be a rarity here in Oswego, but still something new and fresh around this area. That continues into next week, where temperatures continue into the 50s and beyond. It just looks like it's going to get warmer. That's all from me. Back to the desk.
Thank you so much, Brennan. Peter Morgan of the Grammy Award-winning reggae band Morgan Heritage has died today. The musical group was formed of the children of well-known reggae singer Denroy Morgan and has won Grammy Awards in 2016 and 2019. No information has been disclosed about the details of the lead singer's death, but the family of the singer has asked fans to respect their privacy in this time.
The popular Puerto Rican musician known as Bad Bunny marked the first stop on his Most Wanted North American tour last Wednesday. The tour is following his announcement in 2023 that he would be taking a break from performing. But after releasing a new album in October, the artist is back in action. He will be taking on the nationwide tour, which includes 37 dates across 31 cities until late May, where he will have his final performance in Miami.
A new action-packed movie starring South Korean actor Don Lee has officially been released following the Berlin International Film Festival. The movie, titled The Roundup: Punishment, is the fourth installment of the Roundup action trilogy. The story follows Lee's character as a police officer taking on a criminal gang following the kidnapping of South Korean computer programmers. This feel-good action movie has been well received by audience since its screening on Friday, and a fifth movie is already rumored to be on the way.
Many soccer fans are upset with Portuguese player Cristiano Ronaldo following a Saudi game where he appeared to make an offensive gesture to the crowd. After a last-minute victory in the final 4 minutes, securing Ronaldo's Al Nassr team the win, videos on social media captured the player cupping his ear to the crowd before making an inappropriate gesture to the appointing fans. While the incident was not caught on any TV cameras, many league officials believe he should be sanctioned.
Tune in after the break to discover the innovation of first responders.
And take a look at science's new solution to male infertility.
La, 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 la. Breathe. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen. They become briefly
the entertainment news. Disney on Ice Minnie Mouse focuses her attention on children undergoing cancer treatment. Children from the Jimmy Fund who are getting treatment through the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute walk the red carpet with their families Wednesday night before the Disney on Ice show at TD Garden, Boston, Massachusetts. Parents are grateful and say it was a chance for the patients to move away from the doctor's office and be kids.
If you've ever had to call 911, then you know that every passing second counts, which is why first responders have invested in a light bulb system to help them quickly identify where they're needed. The bulb brightly flashes between white, red, and blue, and the use of the bulb system has already saved lives. The bulb can be purchased online for $45.
In today's Health Minute, Manny Gaither explains how journaling may help you focus and succeed in your daily life.
It's a simple act, writing down what you're thinking and how you feel, but journaling can help you become a better version of yourself.
Some people write for a few minutes every day, others weekly, others just when the inspiration strikes.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta, host of the Chasing Life podcast, says journaling is a great way to track both healthy and unhealthy habits and allows a person to maximize when they're at their best. He even tried it himself, writing down everything he did and ate.
Suddenly, I had this map of my own life, and I learned a lot about myself, like when I do my best writing, it's in the morning, and foods that inspire me, pickles. I'm not sure why pickles, probably my microbiome, but the point is I learned all this through simple journaling. It helped me learn how to best structure my days for success.
Gupta says journaling can help with focus and productivity and allows a person to gain some insight into themselves. He says it can also help your health.
Research has shown journaling regularly has important benefits, including stress relief, anxiety reduction, reinforcement of your own positive personal qualities.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
There's another tool called gratitude journaling. Health experts say writing down what you're thankful for each day can help you stay grateful and help your mental health.
A new step toward treating infertility in men includes the creation of artificial testicles. Scientists from Bar-Ilan University collected testicular cells from mice and cultivated them in a lab for 9 weeks to test the sperm production. Upon showing signs of sperm cell generation, researchers believe the study could help infertile men looking to have children of their own sometime in their future. The Boston Marathon is calling all superheroes. The annual charity team Superheroes 7-team training had over 100 marathon runners dress up as superheroes. This sparked different ideas as who is a superhero, as costumes range from the Hulk and Incredibles Frozone to Taylor Swift and Tom Brady. In the end, it's all about putting the fun in fundraising.
Coming up in our Tea Report, Jalen Rodriguez.
Jalen, what's the tea?
Thanks, guys. Soon we'll hear about a former talk show host who has recently been diagnosed with dementia. And later we'll hear about a rumored Hollywood relationship. All this and more on the Tea Report after the break.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Back to entertainment news. I'm Jaylene Rodriguez, and I've got the tea for you today. As we dish for gossip here at WTOP 10, one of America's well-known stars, who is no stranger to spilling secrets, has recently been exposed herself. Wendy Williams, a former talk show host, has been diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, announced by her care team on Thursday. Will this be the end of her career? Let's get into it. Honestly, it's quite sad to hear about someone like this. I mean, she's only 59 years old. It's hard to hear about such a popular star on a talk show, which doesn't really happen anymore, but it's really sad to hear how dementia takes a toll on people like this.
No, it really is an awful disease. You know, you just lose all your facilities eventually. It's just terrible.
What I've known just about talk shows in general is that they're not as popular anymore. It seems like we don't have a lot that are still left here that people really talk about.
I agree. Our modern technology, like, it's just overpassing this idea of talk shows. Like, for example, who's that one that just recently passed away? Springer?
Yeah, Jerry Springer.
His show was phenomenal, but it was just such a toll in the industry that you don't really see those things anymore. But, I mean, she had a lot of iconic moments. She was a great woman, and I'm pretty sure, well, she could try and start up her new life like this. Running on the train about sudden information spilling online, the Florida House of Representatives passed legislation that would prohibit anyone under 16 in the state from holding accounts with certain school media platforms. Online protection for minors would require some social media platforms to verify the age of account holders, prohibit kids under 16 from creating a new account, and terminate the accounts of anyone they believe to be under 16. Now, is this the right move, Florida? Wow. I don't think this was a good method for Florida to take social media on these kids, like Generation Z and everything below. That's their life. Why would you try to do something that's under 16? I feel like that's a bit too old for me, in my opinion.
Well, I think Florida has, I don't think it's a terrible idea, because I do think that there are a lot of, like, children who are very influential, or at least they could be influenced by these things that they see on social media, and there are some bad things out there on social media. So I do think it's smart to restrict, you know, who's going on social media, but it might just be pretty tough to do that.
But 16? I got my first phone when I was around 12. I feel like social media, even though you have to regulate it, 16 is a bit too old.
It might be a little too old.
Yeah, I agree with David. I think, like, yes, there needs to be more restrictions over what kids are looking at online, but I'm not sure how well that this is going to be enforced.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Florida's been going on this trend where they're just banning everything in sight. For instance, books. Like, why would you ban books? I feel like at this point they're just not even caring about what they're sharing with people. They're just wanting to isolate us and.
Yeah, they just want to limit information.
Yeah. So now this next segment will have you wondering about who's going to be our next internet sweetheart, feeling light as a feather. Reports have it that singer Sabrina Carpenter is dating Saltburn actor Barry Coogan. Last week, Sabrina appeared to be wearing the Irish Star's Harvard hoodie as she touches down to Melbourne to open for Taylor Swift during the Australian leg at her Eras tour. It has only been speculation, but the signs are adding up. Oh, this is a doozy. I love Saltburn. Do I think Sabrina Carpenter is made for him? No, I think she's a little bit too pretty. But, you know, I'm more of a Jacob fan.
I think it just has to do when I feel like there's a bit of an age gap there, and he is also a father. but I don't think it's speculation at this point. They've been seen on multiple dates, kissing in public multiple times. I think we're a little bit past speculation, but they haven't directly confirmed it themselves.
Yeah, 31 and 24. That's a pretty big gap, to be fair.
Yeah, a
but
little bit.
honestly, in the music industry, it's no surprise. So, Madam Web is looking to finish its box office run with under $100 million in overall sales. This makes it another flop for Sony's Spider-Man universe of live-action spin-offs. The film had an A-list cast including stars Sydney Sweeney, Dakota Johnson, and Emma Roberts. Let's get into it. I am not a Marvel fan at all, but the critics and the reviews I've heard about Madam Web has been atrocious. And I just wonder, like, what really happened? Are you guys Marvel fans?
I am kind of a Marvel fan. I kind of got into it around COVID. I would just say that I think your movie's a flop when one of the actors, like Dakota Johnson, is personally saying she did not like the movie, she did not watch the movie, and then she fired her agency after the outcome of the movie.
Like, on the statistics, the US and Canada made $35 million. Everywhere and like around globally made $42 million, and in total, $77.4 million. And their budget for the movie was $82 to $100 million. Like, where did they go wrong? I don't understand.
It seemed like there was a lot of pressure from the studios that they wanted this movie a certain way, and the writers just, it seems like the studios were just trying to push their own movie, and it just couldn't work out.
Overall, this movie just was not.
Coming up, more on entertainment news.
As you all know, on entertainment news, we do things a little bit.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like.
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
As you all know, in entertainment news, we do things a little different. So instead of Pet of the Week, we have Star of the Week,
where we highlight our favorite stars. This week, highlight Bridget Mendler.
Bridget Mendler was the star of the hit Disney show Good Luck Charlie, and an artist with her second determined peak at number 51 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100.
And is now the proud CEO of a California-based satellite data startup called Northwood Space, and a doctor earning her PhD in anthropology from Harvard Law School.
That's our report for tonight.
Thank you for watching, and have a great night, everyone.